What is good, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the WeSportin podcast. And in today's episode, we're going to be talking about the offensive linemen that are coming into the 2021 NFL draft. Usually, we wouldn't go over these, but since this NFL offensive line draft is so deep, we're going to have to get into it and have to discuss it because why not? Because that's what we do here. So, if you guys want to go watch Dylan's episode, also he did an episode on. Actually, I'll just let him talk about the video real quick for him.
Yeah. Well, the one I did last night was starting a new series on Chasing Rings on YouTube, on Apple, Spotify, wherever. It's a draft guide going by each division, talking about what that team should do in the first couple picks. Love you guys went and listened to it and watched it. Nico will be in some of them. So if you're only there for Nico, he'll be in a couple of them.
Yeah, thank you.
But no one's only there for Nico. All right, so
yes, but anyways, guys, we're going to be getting into the offensive line portion of the NFL draft, which I know not a lot of people are so excited about it, but also I know a lot of NFL fans are excited about it. But let's be different. For once, let's go from number 1 to 5, because let's be different. Let's be different. And I want screw being different. We're just gonna go 5 to 1. All right. Anyway, so at number 5, I will let Mr. Nick Godinez go first.
First, what's my number? Oh, it's my number 5 is Kevin Jetskins from Oklahoma State. He seems like
Tevin Jenkins.
Tevin Jenkins. Okay, I was
so dumb. I don't know his. I don't
know.
I don't know how to say his name, but he seems like a good a good person. He's gonna go to a good a team that needs an offensive lineman. Like I would say, Giants, Redskins. Oh fuck, sorry, Washington football.
Yeah, I mean Tevin Jenkins is a lot of our. He's not on my list. I know he's on Dylan's list. I have Alex Leatherwood here at this spot. I think Alex Leatherwood is a little bit better than Tevin Jenkins, just a little bit. But that's just me though, and I think he's gonna go in the first round. I think he's gonna go to I think he's gonna go to the Chiefs. So that's where I have Tevin Jenkins. I'm gonna more get into to depth of where I might things on these guys, but since like 5 and 4 are not really specific. Yeah, Dylan, who's your number 5? I think
I'm a big O-line fan. All right, Nico knows this. I look a lot into O-line. Nico doesn't because Nico's a big skill position person. But that's the point. Number 5, I have Elijah Vera Tucker, inside O-line. There's a reason I'm doing this, Nico. That's not really that big of a one. He's 4 or 5 on everybody's list. All right. Elijah Vera Tucker's 4 or 5. He is my 5. He's a good inside offensive lineman, but the simple fact of it is tackles just matter more than inside O linemen. They have higher draft stocks. Tackles are always going to be taken over inside offensive linemen. Now, one of the top 5 offensive linemen is probably a center, but because the value of centers are so low, the best center last year went to the Saints in the second round. All right. So you have to look at the positional value of those players, and inside offensive linemen just mean less than tackles. So Elijah Vera Tucker, the best inside offensive line in the draft, but is the 5th best offensive line prospect, in my opinion, in this draft. Good power, good skill, just the positional value puts him at 5, in my opinion.
Well, I think for one thing, we should not sleep on any offensive line guards, especially. I mean, we see some of the best emerging offensive line being guards. We see Zach Martin. We see Brandon Sheriff. We see Quentin Nelson. Now, if you were to sit here right now and tell me, and you probably could name it off for me, it's just I can't name it off the top of my head. If you can give me, I think guards are right now the most emerging position in the league by offense more than tackles are. Yes, left tackle is the second most important position in the game.
What do you mean by emerging? I mean, everyone knows guards are important.
I know guards are important, but I think guards are now starting to become a little bit more better than tackles.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say they're better. I mean, teams want to tackle. Tackles are valued way higher than guards. Obviously. Not saying that guards are bad. Probably the best offensive lineman in the league is Quentin Nelson, who's a left guard.
Yeah.
But the still positional value is tackles over guards.
I'm with
tackles are over a lot.
Yeah, because they put their big guys in one of the Aaron Donald, he's in the middle. It is so he is the number. I feel like he is one of the number one defensive linemen, and then he offensive line have struggles, but tackles are the main people in the middle. So no one sweeps in, and they cover the linebackers too, because when the linebackers go for a blitz, they're the one who have to coverage him.
Yeah.
And I mean, if you look at it, I mean, one of the best off guards in the league, Brandon Sheriff, right? I know you like Brandon Sheriff. You know, out of college, he's a tackle. He just wasn't good enough to be a tackle in the NFL, so he moved from guard. He was an all-pro guard, great guard, but he came out of the draft as a tackle.
Oh wow,
Mm-hmm.
I did not know that. All right, well now let's move on to our number 4. As Dylan gives us the fact of the day. Brandon Sheriff was not a guard. He was
Coming out of the draft, he was a tackle.
My number 4 is Dylan's number 5. I basically what Dylan said, I kind of had written down. But he's just like he's a big guy. He can do a lot of work that most all offensive linemen right now that are going into the draft are going to teams that need offensive line. No matter what, they're gonna go to teams that need offensive linemen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I feel like you can say the same for any position. You draft it, you need it, which is a good way.
Yeah.
Simple said. Like I said, offensive line really
Time,
can't go. Offensive line, you really can't go into too much depth on that. It's not like I can say, wow, his left leg moves as good as this guy than his other left leg. It's like you can't really sit down and fully in. My number 4 is actually Rashawn Slater. I think Rashawn Slater is number 4. I think he's the 4th best tackle in the draft. I see more value in Elijah Vera Tucker.
You said what?
I think Elijah Vera Tucker is better, and I'm gonna say
you
that.
think Rashawn Slater's the number 4 overall offense?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Wait till he falls, and we'll see in the draft.
Falls to what? 10?
No, he's gonna fall to like 15, 16.
Are you dumb?
This is worse than me saying Marshall.
I'm saying he's going. What? Dylan, say yours, please.
Number 4, I have Tevin Jenkins out of Oklahoma State University. He's probably the most violent blocker in the draft. If you just watch Tevin Jenkins, his overall technique isn't all the way there yet, but he just has such immense power out of the tackle position. He's going to be in the league. I think he'll be a great right tackle in the league. As a Titans fan, slightly reminds me of Isaiah Wilson, but not to bust Isaiah Wilson, just a more refined, better version of Isaiah Wilson coming out of college. Both big dudes who are super powerful when it comes to blocking. He's going to be a phenomenal run blocker, get him a little more, and he's going to be an even better pass blocker. I think some team is going to have a great coach and is going to make this dude a phenomenal O-lineman. But since his technique is a little lower than someone like Panay or Rashawn Slater, he's going to fall to most likely around the 20s. I've seen a lot of people have him going at 21 to the Colts. Yeah.
Well, my number 3 is Rashawn Slater. I feel like he's going at least. I know for sure he's going top 10. I know he is going. I feel like him, and then what's his name from Oregon? Panay. I feel like I have him as Panay is my number 1, but I feel like they are both good offensive linemen. I feel like I watched both of their highlights, and they kind of seem as basically the same person. Like their footwork, their movement, their pass blocking, I feel like Slater's pass blocking is amazing. He can push, he can hold, not hold, but he knows how to compact the line.
Yeah. Now moving on, we're on to number 3 now, right?
Yeah. Well, that was his number 3.
That was my number 3.
Okay, number 3.
Sorry for the pounding. My dad is finishing my mom's room.
Who's your number 3, Nico?
Elijah Vera Tucker is my number 3. And I'm gonna say,
Slater. Oh my god.
I'm gonna tell you why. So I saw this quote the other day about that Quentin Nelson said. I saw a quote the other day that he said. He said that I saw all of his stats. He's only allowed 3 sacks in the amount of time that he's been in the league. But there was always a quote that said, don't, and it's like a quote. It says, don't draft a guard at number 6 overall. It won't compare to him. No, I know that. But here's the thing, though. The guards are emerging in this league. We are seeing the best offensive lineman being a guard, not a tackle, a guard. And it's a very undervalued position since it's on the inside of, the offensive line. And a lot of people are not going to look at that. He is the best guard in this draft. I think he is highly overlooked as a guard, and I would like to see him go in the top 15. And I'm not saying, Rashawn Slater's bad. I just look at skill, and I think that Elijah Vera Tucker has that skill over. Now, my last two are the same guys that all of us have, but at the same time, I do believe that Elijah Vera Tucker is the third best going into this draft, and I wouldn't be surprised if he has a good career.
Okay.
I can see him getting picked up by Oakland.
I understand what you're saying about Elijah Vera Tucker. And saying someone, for example, who I know you have not said yet and scares me, saying Elijah Vera Tucker is better than someone like Christian Darrisaw. Okay. He's not better than Rashawn Slater. He's just not. Slater is the second best O lineman in this draft, point blank, period. No question. All right. My number third is Christian Darrisaw. Listen, he's going to most likely, if it goes how Nico goes and the Chargers get someone like Slater, then the Chargers are about to have the best O-line in the league next year. But Christian Darrisaw, I think, is going to go somewhere around even the top 15. Maybe the Chargers, maybe the Vikings, who knows? But Christian Darrisaw is the third best tackle in this draft. All right. Tevin Jenkins, there's some talks about he can maybe better. Christian Darrisaw is a good pass blocker, needs some work when it comes to run blocking, but I think he's going to be a solid tackle in the NFL for a good years. I don't think he'll be like an all-pro like I think Panay could be at some point in his career, or Slater, but I think Christian Darrisaw will be a good staple, maybe 6-year tackle, for a team who gets them and gets a good tackle in the NFL for many years.
Nice.
Let's go to 2.
Number 2.
You want to go, Nico?
Yeah, sure. Number 2, I have Christian Darrisaw. I do.
Hey, that's me too. I have Christian Darrisaw too.
I don't know
I
why
have Christian Darrisaw too. He's my number 2.
I don't know why
like
you're getting all worked up, guys. I just don't see the true value in Rashawn. I think Derek Tucker is better. But I'm gonna keep going with mine. Christian Darrisaw to me is Christian Darrisaw is, he's the second best prospect in this draft, tackle wise. I think he is gonna have a long career, as Dylan said, and if he does go to the Chargers, that's gonna be amazing. Because they already picked up Corey Linsley, they have Brian Bulaga, they have Sammy Tivy. All they need is that inside, and I think they're gonna be really good coming up. And if they get someone like Darrisaw, Justin Herbert's gonna be elite next year.
I agree with 100% with Nico. He's my number 2 too. I feel like he would go to the Raiders. The Raiders offensive line, all their new play,
they lost their whole line, Nico.
Yeah, I feel like I feel like the Raiders need to get their offensive line going because they have no one anymore.
Yeah. All right, Dylan, who number 2?
All right. Rashawn Slater's the second best O-line prospect in this draft. I'm sorry, he just is. He's a great pass blocker. He's a good run blocker. His technique isn't fully there, which I don't think there's any alignment. His technique is absolutely fully there yet. There is some plays where it seems like he can literally just hug a player and absolutely shut down their number 1 edge rusher. There's literal plays you can see on his film where it looks like he's just hugging the number 1 edge rusher on their team and he could shut him down. All right. He can easily shut down. He's not the fastest alignment. He's probably the second or third, but he's a phenomenal tackle. He will be a phenomenal tackle in the NFL, and he is not a worse player than Elijah Vera Tucker. All right. Now we all have the same number 1, right?
Yeah. So let's just go on 3 like we've been doing every last 3 videos. 1, 2, 3.
Panay. Oregon tackle.
Yeah. This guy's a monster. His ceiling is Trent Williams. His lowest is Trent Williams.
I don't know if his ceiling is Trent Williams.
What team do you think he's going to go to?
That's Bengals.
Bengals or...
I was literally, yeah.
He reminds me a lot of Taylor Lewan.
Yeah, but
like a lot. Even his measurables. He actually, surprisingly, he's 3 inches shorter and ran a fat.
Joe Burrow needs some offensive line.
Yeah, dude, you give Joe Burrow some offensive linemen. He already has the weapons already. I think Panay would be a good help, but I mean, that's only one piece of the puzzle of all line that they're sadly destroyed on. But that will conclude today's episode on the NFL Offensive Lineman 2021 guys that are coming in this year. I hope you guys do enjoy this episode because Again, like the last video, this video will be ending in the next 5 seconds, and then the next video will be starting in the next 5 seconds, and then you know what, that was stupid anyways. I'm bring that over again. Yeah, but thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys did enjoy. I'm gonna leave Dylan's link in the channel description below. I'm gonna leave Nick's info down there below as well. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. Have a great day, and be on the lookout for the cornerback episode that will be coming out as well. Thanks.
See ya.